Hey guys, I wanted to give a quick update on what life together is going to look like for us the next few weeks while our city is in this code red critical stage. This has been a long and challenging year. We have had to call some audibles and adjust and adapt. Pivot, that's been like one of the words of 2020. I've heard that a lot, and so we're doing it again. First of all, wanted to just talk about Sunday worship. Our in-person services are suspended for the time being, as you've already heard. We wanted to take, though, a couple new steps to add to what we've been doing with the online worship services. We've been posting those at winnipegcovenant.ca. I hope you've been able to engage there. But I know that for some, one of the things that's made the last months difficult is that sense of doing the work of worship alone, like in isolation from others. So we wanted to try to up the interpersonal experience with our Sundays, even while we're physically apart from each other. So our Sundays are going to be a bit of a hybrid model. The first component is going to be a live component via Zoom, everyone's favorite, at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays. You'll just log into the Zoom meeting. The email will have the info for you to click. And for the next half hour, we'll worship together using that platform. We'll pray together. We'll read some scripture together. Some Sundays we might include some live music. I might do a song, or maybe Jerry or somebody could do a song. Something personal, testimonies maybe, a chance to break into small groups for conversation or pray for each other. And we'll include some kids stuff too. Kids love Zoom because they're little narcissists who love to see their own faces on camera, and they like to see their friends and stuff. So we'll try to include a lot of things for kids, some object lessons, maybe kids stories, perhaps even puppets. Liz made a really cool puppet stage a while ago. She bought some flannel graph. I'm hopeful that that meeting venue is going to give us a larger sense that we're doing this together, that we're doing worship together, that it'll feel a little bit more shared than maybe the online experience has for you so far. I'm hopeful that it can be a way to have some of you involved in leading too, maybe sharing music, doing readings, offering a word of witness. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be laid back. It'll probably not be super duper polished, but it will be us, and it'll be us turning toward God together. Even if you totally really hate the idea of Zoom, I just want to push you a little bit and encourage you to give it a try for a few weeks. Make the time for that worship with others. When you log in, you can mute your mic. That's okay. You're not going to be put on the spot often, forced to talk, not every week. So that's the first half of kind of like the hybrid Sunday service, a live worship time via the Zoom platform with other people from Holy Community at 10:30 a.m. each week for the next while. And then after that, half hour or so, where we gather together on Zoom, we will close that time, and then you'll be encouraged to head over to winnipegcovenant.ca, the same place you've been doing online worship so far, and move through the second half of the service. So it'll be similar to what we've done on that page over the past months. There will be some music, like recorded music. There will be a video sermon, maybe some prayer experiences and prayer exercises. That part of the service is intended to be a little more self-paced. So you can sort of do it at your own speed. And it'll stay up on the site permanently. So if you want to take a break from looking at the screen after a half hour of Zoom, you can do that. If you need to go and like refresh your coffee or stretch your legs before you sit and listen to a sermon, then go for it. If your kids are like starting fires in the kitchen and you need to deal with that, maybe you'd rather try to get to some of those reflection pieces once nap time starts, then you can do that. Like I said, that part's intended to be self-paced. It might be a little more on the contemplative side, the reflective side. All the content on the website, I hope, is also going to serve a purpose for those who maybe can't make the first half of the service, the Sunday morning Zoom call. Maybe because you're a shift worker, or you're just having technology problems that morning, or whatever the case is. That way you don't miss the whole Sunday event like you would if it was just a live event. So if you have any questions about the Sunday stuff, feel free to get a hold of me or Julia. We'll try to clear up anything that we can. So 10:30 a.m. Zoom for some worship together, and then move yourself over to the website, winnipegcovenant.ca, for a second half of a little bit more self-paced learning, reflection, worship. A couple other updates that I just want to put out there for you. We wanted to attempt to encourage some smaller group gatherings for Bible study, for prayer, just for conversation. So starting Wednesday, November 18th, we're going to run a small group event, again, via the Zoom platform. It'll be kind of like a big group, small group. So anyone can participate, whether you've been part of one of the small groups in the church in the past or not. We will meet in one big room via Zoom before we split off into a couple smaller groups for conversation, study, prayer. So look for more information about that coming out shortly as we get ready for that. Maybe you're really thinking to yourself, I don't want to do anything with Zoom, and I'm not going to. Well, I feel similar, but I have to do some of this. So we're going to make things work as best as we can with the tools that we have at hand, but not everything together for Holy Community in the next while will require a Zoom link or a laptop. The past summer we went like super analog with the letter committee, and hopefully you received a lot of cards and letters over the course of a couple months. Maybe that was encouraging to you. I hope it was. We're going to try for another round of that this season as well. If you have some time and you want to do a little bit of letter and card writing, let me know and I will put you on the list of those who are writing for a few weeks. There's good content for reflection on the Wednesday Bible Conversation podcast. If I do say so myself, it is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as winnipegcovenant.ca. For me personally, I think that podcast has been one of the best things of this disorienting season. If you've never checked it out, you might like it. It doesn't take itself super serious. It's fun and easy. It's just like honest conversation between friends who are trying to read the Bible together sincerely, but have fun while they're doing it. And maybe at least you'll get a good snack suggestion along the way. We're also going to be trying to use some of the church's social media a little bit more creatively in the next season. Julia is going to create a private group on Facebook for sharing prayer requests. She's already done that, actually. You should have received a invite. It's a place for offering encouragement to each other, lifting one another up. And if I can get my kids to teach me how to use Instagram stories, then we'll put some really simple daily prayer stuff up on Instagram too, maybe like breath prayers, those kinds of things. And of course, also want to look beyond those who already call Holy Community their community. So we're looking for ways to continue to reach out to neighbors and to the neighborhood. Thanks to all of you who collected food for the fall food drive in October. Our community cupboard is all stocked up. We're ready to go and keep that thing replenished over the next months, which is great because it still does get a lot of use. Pretty much every day that it's full, it is also emptied. We're in conversation with the folks over at Calvary Place Personal Care Home about ways that we could maybe love the residents and staff there and show them some kindness. Obviously, we won't be doing anything in person right now, but those people, our neighbors just down the street at Erin, they have had a rough ride over the past couple months, and we want to find ways to encourage them, to give them some hope in this time. Want to also maybe just remind you that if you or a neighbor or a friend have some simple practical needs in this time, that we have a fund set aside purely for the purposes of benevolence at the church. If you find that things are tight because work has been really slow, or if you have to self-isolate and you realize that you've totally run out of toilet paper, there are funds there to help with some of those things. Someone from church can come and pick it up and drop it off, bring groceries to you. That fund exists just to help with those kinds of practical needs. So don't be bashful about asking for help, not now, not ever, and least of all in a time like this. We need each other. Look out for others who might be in need. You can let us know how we could help your neighbors and your friends too. I'm pretty convinced that the church is an essential service, that we can be flexible and we can be creative in the way that we do some of the things that we do. We can accommodate all the essential health measures, but it's critical that we continue to be a holy community, people of truth and growth and hospitality and generosity in the West End. In this time as ever, we need to be for one another, a house of worship and prayer, a family who makes disciples together, who encourages one another and loves one another. We need to love our neighbors and make manifest in the world around us all of the goodness of God and the hope that exists in Jesus Christ. So, friends, today may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine brightly upon you. May the Lord look you full in the face and give you his peace. Amen. We'll see you Sunday for Zoom at 10:30.